Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the Pound for Pound show, also known as the Old Guy Edition. So it's going to be a fun one today. So let's get right into it. We'll start by recapping last week's event and talk a little bit about the main event first. Obviously, I'm going to let Joe go first on this one and let us know what your thoughts on the Glover Teixeira Thiago Santos fight was. Joe, why don't you kick it off?
I really didn't want to be a part of this podcast this time, honestly. But Glover is so irritating, that old geriatric piece of trash. And Thiago just gave up. Like, the dude has no wrestling, no grappling, no submission defense. He gets taken down. He looks like me in there, basically, when he gets taken down. He's choked out in 2 seconds. Glover got clipped like 3 times and looked like a slob, but somehow he's tough. I'll give him that. He's definitely a tough old dude. And he's latched on, and Thiago has no ground game. Just tapped him out. Pretty frustrating.
Awesome. Can one of you guys that's slightly less biased against Glover give a recap?
Yeah, I'll go. Glover is great. He's on a 5-fight win streak. He's 41 years old. Glover is like, everyone picks against him every time, and then he just pulls out the win. It's like his chin is made of granite, and his ground game
That's not true at all.
He's got a really good chin, unless he's getting hit
True.
Unless he's get by Rumble Johnson or like the perfect combo by Alex Gustafsson. He's got a solid chin, and his ground game is ridiculous. Yeah, but I agree with you, Joe. Santos just kind of gave up when it went to the ground. You know what Santos reminds me of a little bit is he reminds me of Rumble. He's got that crazy knockout power, second most knockouts ever in UFC history, and when he goes to the ground, he just kind of gives up. So I think they should make that fight, maybe Santos Rumble, and I think Glover earned the title shot against Jan. Do Glover Jan and do Izzy Rob. That's my opinion, but what do you think, Russ?
Yeah, I like that. There's some surprising results on Saturday. I thought it was pretty fun fights. Glover is so tough. He's unbelievable. He takes a beating, and you got to put him out. Otherwise, he's going to win. He's great. I was happy to see him and Andre perform well.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny, Russ, you referenced it a second ago. It was during the telecast they were talking about how much in this time off Thiago had been working on his ground game and got his black belt and everything. And so if the fight went to the ground, how dangerous it would be. And I don't know if that's just a lie or
clearly he had a black belt.
Did he buy like a black belt at the store?
Yeah.
Did he just like purchase like a dress belt for his pants that happened to be black? Because like
basically it.
He looked helpless on the ground.
I don't think it was a jiu-jitsu black belt, and if it was, he looked like a fish out of water. It was not.
I think he just gassed out maybe super hard. Maybe that's what it was, because he had like over a year off and 2 knee surgeries. So maybe he just like was so dead tired that he knew it was just a wrap. But
his gas tank's always been kind of questionable. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's got 3 rounds in him, and then he just throws so hard, and it shows. He's got the second most knockouts in UFC history, the tie so he just throws everything into every punch. I don't know.
Some breaking news. Soon we're going to get Glover on the show, and Joe is going to apologize to him publicly.
I will not be on that show.
You'll have to, or we'll send him over there to take you out.
Yeah.
Toughest old man on the planet. Going to mess you up.
F that guy.
Love it. Me and Russ are the resident old guys, so we support all old fighters pretty much. So
got to.
Dudes can keep fighting until the end of time. I'm good with it. So, but speaking of that, the co-main event featured another guy who debuted at, I believe, UFC 27, and he's still going strong. Andre getting the win against your guys' boy, Bozer. You all picked him. You saw what happened. So, Ben,
I picked Andre.
Yeah, Andre looked really good. I mean, he did what he had to do to win. When you get older, you got to change up your game plan. You got to fight smart instead of just kind of, being reckless and whatnot. But Andre fought smart, and he used his skills and his veteran knowledge to win the fight, and that's what he needed to do. And Bozer's still a solid fighter. It's just I don't think he was ready for a veteran like Arlovsky. So yeah, it was a great win by Arlovsky. It was cool to see him win. He's 41, and just really cool to see him win. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I can't believe in 2020 we seen a card headlined by Glover and then main was Andre, like two dudes that I thought would be done like years ago, and they both headlined and they both won. It's unbelievable. I mean, I don't know. I think the decision was right. 29-28 sounded about right, 2-1, and just very impressive. Very impressed with the old dudes. Somebody must have spiked their Cialis or something. I don't know what's going on.
Side note, though, Andrei Arlovsky has been fighting in like 4 different decades. You know what I mean? He has made his pro MMA debut in 99, 2000s, 2010s, and then 2020. That is crazy. The longevity there is insane.
It's like the Gordie Howe of MMA.
Yeah, exactly. Joe, what do you think about that fight?
I love to see Arlovsky win. I love to see him fight all the time. I mean, he's always had good boxing. As long as he doesn't get tagged in the chin at any point in the fight, he's good. And he fought super smart and used his boxing. He's always had great boxing, so he fought very strategic, and Boser couldn't catch him. I love it.
That sweet spinning back fist too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fixed his chin somehow. Like, when was the last time he's been knocked out? Like,
It was against Jairzinho. That was a few fights ago. I was like,
okay, yeah. So it's been pretty good. It's held up for him. I don't know what he did to fix it, but it's amazing.
Grew a thicker beard, I think.
Andre said he wants that rematch.
What's that?
He said he wants that rematch.
Against Rosenstruck?
Yeah.
Oh, Overeem wants that too. Everybody wants Rosenstruck, like the rematches.
Well, Andre will get him. So.
They all want him after Ngannou ambushed him.
It's possible. They're
exactly.
like, oh, knock this guy out in 10 seconds.
You just sprint at him and swing.
Yeah, swing recklessly.
He folds.
Yeah. That seems to work for Francis, so.
It's amazing. It's amazing that they both got the wins. It's amazing that Glover is like on the verge of a title shot now. Just great time to be a senior citizen in UFC. I love it.
I love it. I supported 100% dudes that are our age still getting it done. So
amazing. I did not see that coming, but I'm happy it did.
It's going to lead to Russ's debut here pretty soon.
Yeah, it's about it.
Nice.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
And still do it at this age. So anything else you guys wanted to add from that card before we move on to the
yes. The injury to that dude's ear in the Max Griffin fight. That dude's ear was hanging off his head. That was one of the worst injuries I've ever seen. And I had to actually I'm normally good with this stuff. Like, I can take seeing blood and whatnot, but I had to exit the room when that happened. I was like, I can't do it. That was nasty, man.
It did kind of look like something from like a Tom Savini effect in like a horror movie. Like,
it did.
It didn't look real.
It was literally hanging off his head. Like, if you gave that thing one tug, it was like the thing was coming off. It was insane.
It was rough.
Yeah.
They sewed it back on. He's good to go now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could lose an ear. McFoley lost an ear and just kept right on going. So
yeah. Here you go.
Yeah, they basically just come right off though. They're not really attached by much. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys didn't see it and you're not super easily grossed out, go check it out. So
I'll show that. I'll put it up on the screen. But
yeah. So viewer discretion advised. Ben's gonna put a disfigured ear on the screen. So you go along with this segment. Cool. Well, the upcoming fights this weekend, not a whole lot of big name fights on there, but the main event should be an exciting one. RDA is going to fight Paul Felder, who is stepping in on 5 days' notice, which is pretty cool of him to do. But that being said, how do you guys see the fight going, and how do you see it playing out? Russ, we'll start with you today.
I think it's a pretty cool fight. Like, I actually like it a little bit better than the other fight, to be honest, because RDA has a better shot at winning this one, and I like RDA. I didn't think he was going to beat Makhachev. And, it's amazing that Felder was scheduled to commentate the card, and now he's fighting on it. It's just incredible.
I was thinking about that. He should do like commentary, and then just like the $1 Million Man, just win his fight, just like take the suit off and everything and get right in the cage.
That's what he did for his buddy Jared Gordon on Fight Island. He was commentating. He went to corner the guy and like. Mm-hmm. But that is a dope fight, though. Sorry, Russ. You want to add something?
Oh no, I just think it's a super evenly matched. I think Paul Felder could win and retire right then, because I think he wants to go out on a win. I don't think he wants to end it on a loss, and he seems like he's ready to go anytime, retire. So It's a good fight. I'm excited to see it. I like both those guys a lot. There's no losing in that.
Very good fight. Felder's a baller for stepping in on 5 days' notice against a killer like RDA. That's insane. Yeah. He said he was training for like a triathlon or something, so he's in shape. But But like triathlon shape isn't the same as like fight camp shape. He's in great shape, but like he's not practicing his boxing, his jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. He's not going to be at his peak, and I don't think he can beat RDA on 5 days' notice. I'm going to take RDA in that fight. Should be a good one, though. Should be a real good one. Joe?
Yeah, I'll take RDA too. But, I mean, props to Felder for stepping in. Hasn't he retired like 3 different times, though?
Yeah. Well,
Felder?
just
I feel
once,
like
I
after
think.
every fight, he retires, and then he goes to commentate, and then there's a short notice, and he hops back in there.
No, his last time against Hooker, I think, was the first time where he was like actually serious about it. But he just doesn't want to go out on a loss. I don't think nobody wants to go out on a loss. Like
Mhm.
Yeah, I like Felder. He always puts on good fights. Him and RDA will definitely be fun.
heck yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it should be a fun fight, and it is, Ben, you make a good point, but at least Felder doesn't have to cut the weight, and the fight can still happen at 155,
Mhm.
and he should still be in pretty good shape. He's not going to look like, sometimes you see guys come in and it looks like they just came in off, got up off the couch and showed up for a paycheck. So, and Felder, and he's going to fight. Like, he gets in there and he throws down with everybody. So it shouldn't be boring, and it should be exciting. And I like Paul Felder, so I feel bad saying this, but I don't think a prime Paul Felder on his best day could beat RDA. So I don't see him winning this fight, but you never know. So
I think me and you might have to get some side action on this fight.
I'm in. So
because you seem pretty solid on RDA, and I don't feel that way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's actually a tremendous time and a fantastic segue right into it. It's almost like you're sponsored. We're going to transition right into talking about some your picks, your best bets for the week. What do you got? What can the people look forward to making some money on?
I got a few things written down here. We got to circle the wagons because last week 0-4 is not pretty. That those weeks will happen from time to time, especially when.
Sorry.
I thought
First,
you just no sell it and just pretend that didn't happen and just go right on without.
hey, at least he's honest. Hey,
I'm completely honest about like gambling. You know what I mean? There's good weeks and there's bad weeks. I've done it. 20 years. I don't get hurt by 0-4 week. It'll happen.
Right.
Brady got stomped on Sunday night. That wasn't pretty. I know that.
Super enjoyable though.
First week you went 2-2. This week 0-4. You got to pick it back up this third week here. So.
Yeah, we got some winners here.
And also
circle the wagons and be good.
Also, this is a nice little perk for our viewers. We're just adding this now, but we decided that for every bet that you lose them that they actually place, you have to pay their bet. So, is that cool with you?
No, I'm gonna say follow at your own risk. Do not bet if you expect that. But I mean, if you want to cut me in on winnings, then we'll talk.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Russ. Best bets.
Okay. I like Chaos Williams at plus 190 against Razak Hassan. He's 10-1. That's a solid record. I don't have much research on it, but Hassan has had a loss recently, so plus 190. It looked like an even fight to me, like when I looked at their records and looked at their opponents they fought. And then I like Paul Felder at plus 150. I think he can get it done. RDA's won one fight in his last 5.
But he does. If you look at RDA's resume, though, I don't think anyone has like the level of competition that RDA fights over the course of their career. It's insane.
No, I agree. His last 5 fights are ludicrous, but he's won one of them. So like he is not the RDA that was the champion. He's definitely not at that level anymore. And Felder can get it done at plus 150. I like that.
His mustache lately, like he is not messing around.
That is a nice mustache.
Okay, for my best bet of the night, this one I'm doing double on. I like Kanaka Murado against Randa Marcos. Randa Marcos hasn't won since I was in elementary school, and this girl is on a 7-fight win streak, and she's subbed 4 of her last 5. So I like her a lot. She's only minus 170, so I'm going to double up on that one.
So you think they're feeding Randa to the wolves on that one?
I do. I think this young Japanese killer's coming in and is going to tear through her. Like Randa Marcos is, I believe her record's 10-9. Like she's barely even 500. So
I wonder why that line's so close then.
Because this girl, it's her UFC debut. So she's got a bunch of Invicta fights. We've seen girls from Invicta come in and destroy before.
Right.
And we've seen Marcos lose to everybody. She's just not, very good. Yeah. I mean, I guess like she keeps getting fights because people recognize her from The Ultimate Fighter, but I think that's a good one. Minus 170 on Murata.
So you're going with those 3 picks? Are those your 3 picks?
That's the 3, and I'm doubling up on Murata. I think she's going to steamroll Randa.
All right, nice picks.
Yeah.
You think it's a PVZ Amanda Ribas situation where they're just like, oh, here you go.
Or PVZ against almost anybody.
Yeah.
She struggles.
Good stuff. Well, not when she debuts in bare knuckle. So we'll see how that goes for us. So
Is she really going to do that?
we'll see. She signed with them, so if you sign a contract, you got to do something.
Why doesn't she just start an OnlyFans and like make money that way? She doesn't have to go to bare knuckle.
Yeah. She probably just wants to prove that she's
weird, man. I don't think she's all there. You know what I mean? I just don't think she's all there.
Wow.
Just start an OnlyFans and show us some nipples. We'll pay for it, you know?
Exactly.
Wow.
What?
This went down a dark path.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Joe, any support for PVZ at all, or are you just going to keep burying her with everybody else?
You're supporting a
I
PVC
support-
OnlyFans.
Yeah, I support nipples for sure, and I support her in a bare knuckle fight. So I mean,
Let's get it.
I think the purpose is that she could prove she's a real fighter and isn't just there to make money on OnlyFans. So
See some
maybe
bare
when she
nipple.
gets smashed. She gets smashed with these nipples.
Nice.
just going to change the subject. I was going to try to justify this, but we're just going to move on. So speaking of some other fun topics, and getting kind of back to our old guy theme, over in Russia, MMA legend Sergey Karatanov with a brutal knockout this past weekend as well. So you guys want to see, and first of all, you guys can comment anything on Sergey. And second of all, for anyone watching, if you haven't seen it, just search Sergey Karatanov and watch a cool faceplant knockout. It's way more entertaining than any other fight this weekend. So
I think he beat up some dude that is a clerk at a 7-Eleven like during the week.
Exactly.
So like, let's not get too crazy with it, but
That was a gimme, and but Sergey is a legend. Let's give the man some respect. He's been doing it
I
a
don't
long
care who he
time.
beats up. It's always fun to see Sergey in there.
Yeah, he's a
Smash
Russian
people.
bear. He's
Been watching him since the Pride days. I mean, the dude is a legend.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I do appreciate another senior citizen victory, but let's not get crazy with it. He's beating up somebody nobody's ever heard of.
yeah,
That's how they do those fights over there, though. That they feed legends absolute scrubs.
fans are
Exactly.
getting a view of the real Russ today, just crapping on absolutely everybody.
I'm not crapping on anybody.
Nothing is good enough for Russ this week. So
No, I said nothing but good things about PVZ. I said I had nothing but good
Maybe some
things to
sexist
say
stuff, but whatever.
about the senior citizens of UFC. Like, I'm happy with the
Nothing but good
situation.
stuff.
What?
She's doing OnlyFans and showing nipples. I mean, that's not really.
yeah,
I mean, I
exactly.
support that.
Oh,
but
man.
Yeah, because I'm looking out for her health. I don't want her to see her go get her face all beat up and freaking bare knuckle. Show
Maybe
her
it
that dark
Makes
skin.
sense. It makes
We're
sense.
good to go.
Maybe you should go there and get some wins.
I don't know. Either way, she's going to get that face cut up. There's no need for it.
Yeah.
Maybe she gets the same person who books the Sergey fight, and they put her out there against, the guy who runs the Jiffy Lube, and go out there and get you some W's.
Maybe. It's not a risk you have to take. Show a little dark skin, you get even more money than bare knuckles going to pay. It's for sure a winner.
So that's a slippery slope down. I don't know that I condone that behavior.
Let's take that slope. I'll be her manager. I'll get her career back on track.
The Pound for Pound show does not condone the opinions of Russ Hammond on this topic.
yeah.
yeah, I don't like the line. Let's take that slope. Honestly,
exactly.
Can we
Sounds
not use that
filthy.
again, please?
That was pretty rough. So
I'm trying to save her career here. I don't know what you guys are
Yeah.
doing.
I think you're trying something, but I don't know if that's the most upstanding maneuver.
Her boyfriend keeps getting wins in Bellator. She could live off that money. She don't even need to do it really, but he got another win on Thursday.
How did we moved past this topic once? How did this get?
Yeah, let's move on.
Good stuff. What else? What other topics in the MMA world did you guys want to touch on?
Maybe the McGregor Poirier fight number 2 being official. I mean, it's like half official. It's Poirier signed. They're saying
It's gonna
McGregor-
happen.
I don't think half official is an official term.
It's a thing, man. It's half official. Poirier's signed, and they're waiting on Conor to sign. So
Yeah.
it's half
Yeah,
official. Come on.
that's what I read. Poirier signed the deal, and the rumor is they might be trying to move the date, possibly January, might sneak it into December. we'll see how that goes. But that's where it's at. And as of now, it's not for the title, the way it should be. So we're liking that. So
Yeah.
It'll be for an interim, don't you think? Though you think
I
they'll?
hope not.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
Who else is getting the belt? I mean, Khabib's coming back. They're saying so.
Yeah, even if not, though, we had a whole discussion on the tournament style that it should be. So it's at least having a limit here. So
Agreed.
No, I agree on the tournament format. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think we're looking at a interim title, and then they're going to try to get Khabib back, but I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see.
especially if it's that fight, because he smashed both those dudes already. Like, what would make him come back to just like beat one of those dudes to death again?
He'll get back in there.
Yeah,
Money and the 30-0, just too enticing.
Right, that's what I think. Like a multi-million-dollar deal and very low risk, and going in there and beating up a dude that he already showed like it's very easy for him to do. So
I'm telling you, it's unpopular opinion. They need to angle it. They need to get that interim belt on Tony so they can book that fight.
Well, Tony's got to get a win. He's got to come back and get a win. Fight Chandler. He beats him, then he can get right back in there. But Chandler's a tough dude. That's no pushover.
I agree. That's not.
Just keep Tony off the microphone, for the love of God.
I heard they offered Chandler the fight on Saturday against RDA.
They did?
Like, yeah, I'm not taking my first fight in UFC on 5 days' notice.
Right.
I agree with that decision.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. So
yeah,
good stuff. Well, at this point, Ben, turn it over. Let's talk to some of our filthy casual friends about what their thoughts on the upcoming fight is.
Let's get their picks. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Quick Who Wins, You Filthy Casual, where we ask random friends and family in our lives who wins a fight based on looks or whatever. They don't know anything about the fights or fighters. They don't watch fights. And this week we have on our cousin Dustin, my buddy Aaron, and our friend Chris. So check it out.
I think the Spanish guy will take it. And not only because he looks tough, but his muscular physique.
Okay, so I don't know anything about MMA, but that Dos Anjos guy looks like he's been in a few fights. He looks pretty brutal.
And his mustache.
I thought about this fight for probably 2 seconds, and the guy with the mustache has a very punchable face, so...
And looks like he's been in a couple fights and still can take him.
This pale guy, his ears are like sticking out way too far. I think he's gonna get them ripped off. I don't know him, I don't know his name, but ears ripped off. Call my shot. Lock it in.
All right, guys, on to our miscellaneous topics. This is where we discuss anything and everything. What do you guys got going on this week? What are we getting into?
I've been addicted to Fall Guys, the game on PS4. I've been logging in some time in that every single day, trying to chase crowns. I love it.
It is
Super
addictive
fun
as hell.
game.
It is.
Oh, man. It's not good for my addictive personality. I get hooked into it. Wake up in the
Fall
middle
Guys
of
is
the night
great.
wanting to play. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, we got what, 4 crowns each, Russ?
4 each.
How many you got, Joe?
Why are you bringing up stats?
How many you got, Joe?
You guys have had the game like months longer than me.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that was an answer to Ben's question.
Yeah.
I have 1.
Exactly.
It's not 0.
That's true.
It's not 0.
But also, I've been watching a cool show. I watched the first 2 episodes, The Haunting of Bly Manor. You guys heard of it?
Heard
Yeah,
it,
watch it all. It's really good.
Yeah, this first 2 episodes are really cool. It's the sequel to The Haunting of Hill House. Did you watch that, Russ?
I watched like 2 episodes and I thought it was just so boring, so I stopped.
Oh, man, it's really good.
It was pain.
Really good. Really good. Yeah, definitely not pain. It's really good. Check it out.
Russ,
The new season of Fargo is great too.
just continue to hate on everything today, even Ben's recommendations.
No, no, I didn't say Bly Manor wasn't good. He asked me about the other one. I didn't like it. So, what do you want? What do you want,
I know.
Just bitter lately, huh?
Pretty
what
ticked
about
off
you?
about that Tom Brady loss on Sunday. That
Yeah,
stung.
me too. Believe me.
Now, we could talk about that. We need to do a whole show on that. That was
All right.
tremendous.
It was just confusing to me. I was sitting there watching it like, this is a primetime game. It's got to at least get close. And it like, was like Drew Brees was like angry at him for something, like just annihilated him.
Was that the most Tom Brady's ever been blown out?
Biggest loss of his career. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. In Tampa Bay, leave it to that scrub to let him down.
Highly
Who?
enjoyable. Breeze will let him know who the king
Tampa
of the
Bay.
division is.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he offended his offensive line or something before the game because like they just did not protect him at all. Did you watch that game? How many times he was getting smashed?
Yeah.
Every time he had pressure in his face. And then Antonio Brown's just running random routes. God.
I feel bad for their opponent next week because Brady's going to come in there with a vengeance and
The rest of the season, he's going to rape some teams. It's going to be beautiful.
for sure.
Oh, they're kind of bipolar. Like you can't really trust them.
That was one bad week.
They've had a couple that are very sketchy.
That one against the Raiders, but the Raiders, have been like that all year. They beat the freaking Chiefs and then lose to who they lose to? Garbage teams.
Everybody else.
Yeah. I don't know. Can't predict the NFL.
It has been a
Only
weird,
thing you know is that the Lions will lose.
the Lions will lose. The Chiefs are going to take care of business. Those are the only things that are pretty certain.
Yes. Chiefs are pretty freaking good.
A fan. Cool. Anything else you guys want to touch on before we wrap up for the night?
You got anything?
I mean,
Not too much. Like I said, watch the AEW pay-per-view this past week. There was some real good stuff on there. So if you guys are wrestling fans, you didn't get to see it, I recommend checking that out. It's overall really good show. Couple stinkers on there, but for the most part, some really fun stuff. So I know Russ watched it as well. I don't know about you two, but me and Russ were chatting throughout the show. It was one of the better, maybe one of the best pay-per-views of the year.
Yeah.
nice.
So
Young Bucks FTR was good.
it was wild. It was
Yes.
it was over the top. So
Yeah.
no doubt about it. So cool. Well, guys, that about wraps it up for this week. Not a super action-packed week, but we will see you guys next week with the recap of everything that goes down this weekend, and we'll talk about some new fights. So until then, enjoy the fights. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Gang,
See
gang.
you next week.